Welcome into this week's edition of the RSL Insider presented by AT&T. I'm John Kaluter, and it's late October here in Utah, which now means two things. One, there's snow on the ground, and two, your Real Salt Lake is in the MLS Cup playoffs. So we'll go with the postseason theme on this week's edition of the Insider. We'll have a little fun with facial hair as far as playoff beards go, and we'll have the guys answer some of your Facebook posts. But first, we'll catch up with Jason Kreis and some of the players after Wednesday's practice here at Zengo Field to get you caught up on what to expect in Saturday's Leg 1 of the Western Conference semifinal series at FC Dallas.
Conventional wisdom says when you're playing the away game, you just try to come out of it relatively clean with a draw, even maybe down a goal is okay when you come back home. Is that kind of the approach or the thinking going through your head?
This may be one case where I'm conventional.
Okay.
Jason, I know that you played in Dallas for a long time. You probably saw teams come in and just struggle with the heat. The fact that you get this game when that isn't going to be a problem, does that give you guys? Does it level the playing field in many respects?
Yeah, we think so. We hope so. I think it's the right way to phrase that. We would like to, in this game, hopefully it's going to be a better climate, 75 degrees, they're saying, for a high temperature. We'd love to go down there and get a result and say, see, it was all the weather's fault. All those past 4 years or 5 years, it was all weather.
The team that you just saw, does that make a difference preparing?
Not really. I mean, maybe a little bit less video, but it just it's fresh in your mind. So we should know what they're going to do. They're going to know what we're going to do. It's going to be all about just who brings in more energy and brings more sharpness to the game on Saturday.
Is Ferrer an especially good challenge, just the way he plays and the way he's going to be in your space?
Yeah, if we can stop him, it usually stops their team. When we beat him here, he didn't do much in the game, and so we've got to just continue that.
They're not the same player, but do they have the same effect on their teams, Javier to you guys, and then what he does for them?
Yeah, I think so. He really makes them go offensively, and I think Javier plays more defense and can still do the offensive stuff as well.
75 degrees in Dallas. Have you ever been there for 75? Are you even going to recognize Dallas?
I know. Well, I've been down there a couple times in these playoff months, so yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to get out of this, I guess, and then come home. Hopefully it'll snow again, so they won't be used to it.
Down there. Does that matter to you? You don't have to run as much as everybody else?
No, but when we go in the summer, it's tough for us. We always found a way to tie or not get a result. So I think 75 is okay with us. It's better than snow on the ground, but it should be a good game.
You've just seen them. Does that matter in your preparation, knowing their guys and what they like to do and how they like to attack?
No, we know their team. They know us. Just because we saw them a couple weeks ago and beat them, we have to throw that out the window. It's a new game. It's a playoff. Guys are going to be playing hard for this game.
When you get here, the goals are so precious. They can get so rare in the playoffs. Does that put a little more pressure on you, a little more focus on you?
No. I mean, there's always pressure on every game, I think, and in the playoffs is just even bigger. So we just got to go out there and do our thing, and our thing is playing good defense.
Speaking of, these first legs always seem to be about defense in these two series. Do you think you guys have a leg up seeing as how such cohesive unit historically?
Yeah, I think we got we've accomplished so much this season because we play good defense, and that's something to change against Dallas. We need to make sure they don't score any goals. If we could come around with a tie or victory, that would be good. We get our results because of our good defense, and we get our offense because of our good defense. So we got to stick to that and keep going with the flow.
Back to the Facebook questions. Jessica Blumel asks, does having so much away support like they had in Colorado last weekend, does that affect the way you guys come out on the field?
It just makes it so much better when you're away and you have such a big dominant part of the stadium that's your fans. It just makes it such a difference, and it definitely, when you can stick it to the other team's fans in their stadium, doing what we do on the field helps the people in the stands so that they can have an enjoyable away trip.
And that Borchers on the Facebook hot seat. We'll go with Steve Hyatt's question. He asks, he wants to know if the players feel the playoff format is unfair.
I think that's a good question, and I think that if you're on the outside looking in as a fan, it does look a bit unfair, but I think the mantra of this team is that we feel we can beat anybody in this league, and in order to get to the MLS Cup, you have to beat the best team. So I think we're okay with that.
I believe it was Ric Flair that said to be the best, you got to beat the best. I'm not sure.
I'm not really much for wrestling.
Oh, come on.
Glitter.
I find that hard to believe. All right, you look like you're starting to try a playoff beer. Is this by design, or are you just been lazy?
I just haven't checked yet.
All right, fair enough. Who on the team would you like to see grow a playoff beard, or at least try to grow a playoff beard?
I'd like to see Luis Gil try to grow a playoff beard. I'm not sure that he can grow any hair on his face quite yet, but I'd like to see that. Let's see who else. I think I'd like to see Robin Fraser with the beard as well. I think he'd look interesting.
Look nice with a goatee, I think.
I'm not really sure. I just like to see a little facial hair from both those guys.
We'll see what we can do.
Cool.
Thanks, Nat. All right, we're here with one of the bigger facial hair proponents on the team, Ned Gravell. You were clean shaven last week, I thought. What
yeah,
happened? Were you preparing for the playoffs?
The big dilemma was we knew we had qualified for the playoffs. So if I should just keep it going,
right,
or start it over, and it was kind of voted on that I should start it over and wait for the.
I started early last year and ended up looking like Grizzly Adams. So
yeah,
you probably made the right choice.
I'm pretty sure I saw you.
Who on the team would you like to see start the playoff beard? That really has not been a big facial hair guy before.
I'd like to see Robbie Finley. I'd also like to see Tyson, Trainer Tyson.
That'd be interesting.
Those
I think
two guys.
he'd shave the 3 stripes in there.
He'd probably try to do something pretty crazy, yeah.
Pretty fly.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Ned.
Yep.
And we continue with the Facebook grilling session with Robbie Finley. Robbie, we'll go with Jeremy Saban, who asks, how big a difference did it make in Colorado for the team knowing the fans still believe with you, we're still with you guys down a couple goals with no time left practically?
I think they've been like that, well, at least since I've been here, and it was tough then, you know what I mean? We weren't getting results like we wanted. So even then, they were still behind us, believing that things would work out for the best. And yeah, that night it was. I mean, a lot of people probably thought the game was done, but we still believed we could get it done, and so did our fans, and it's a good feeling.
All right, starting to grow it out a little for the playoffs, or
nah, I actually got to go get a haircut today.
So, so are you gonna have anything left here?
No,
here?
the same. Keep it the same. You know what I mean? I think we've been doing pretty well. So
little stuff.
No need to change it.
All right, who on the team would you like to see grow the playoff beard here over the next month, since it will be a month-long process?
I would like to see, I think, Tony Beltran. Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him with any facial hair, so.
I think he's trying to rock the goatee. This could get interesting.
That'd be a good one.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Back to Facebook land with Will Johnson. Thanks for joining us, Will. Randall Sayre, I'm going to go with Sayre, asks, how is your mentality heading into the playoffs this year different than it was last year?
You know, I don't think it's a whole lot different. Obviously, we've had a little bit longer to prepare. Think about
that helps.
Yeah, think about how we're gonna approach this first game. But it's something that is not going to change. You got to take it one game at a time. If you get caught looking too far ahead, that's when you have the ability to slip up. So we're taking it one game at a time. Every game's a final, and that's the best way to approach it.
Thank you. All right, Will, you are not a facial hair guy, obviously. But who on the team would you like to see grow facial hair, besides yourself?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who should be rocking the beard this playoff season?
Yeah, I don't know if it's not. I'm not a facial hair guy. I don't have the ability to grow one, so my choices are limited. Who would I like to see grow?
There are people who could help for that.
Yeah. Jason. I'd like to see Jason grow, and he's always clean shaven. He's always looking very, very sharp. To see him with the closer for the Giants, he's got a big nasty beard going on. To
Brian
see Jason
Wilson.
with one
so
of those
you think he should
on.
dye it black as well?
Absolutely.
If he goes for it.
I think it would be fabulous.
Well, we'll see if we could get that.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
That'll do it for this week's show. Remember, Saturday's Leg 1 of the Western Conference Semifinal Series against FC Dallas kicks off at 3 p.m. from Pizza Hut Park down in Frisco. You can watch it live on Fox Soccer Channel as pregame coverage begins at 2:30. At 2 o'clock, you can come right here to the Rio Tinto Stadium Club Restaurant to come watch with your fellow RSL faithful at the official RSL watch party. Tickets for that event cost $25, and for that, you get an all-you-can-eat buffet and unlimited soft drinks. And for those of you who want to brew with a view, we'll also have an open bar available. So come on down, get your tickets for that early, as we do expect all 170 spots to be filled up before Saturday's kickoff. And remember, next Saturday, the reign of RSL continues here at Rio Tinto Stadium. 8 o'clock kick for Leg 2 down in Sandy. For tickets, you can call 801-727-2700 or hop online at riotintostadium.com or realsaltlake.com to secure your tickets for the reign of RSL, and it continues in Sandy. Thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the RSL Insider, and we'll see you next week.